Bada boom, bada bang, bada bop. I bet you didn't see that coming, right? Huh? Did you see that one coming? Trying to get on my Aubrey, bro. Trying to get on my Aubrey. Watch this. I've been working on it. We got the cuts, we got the editing. Now, if you're looking for a race shoe and you want a deal that seems like magic, you gotta check out the Supwell app. I'm just kidding. There's no such thing as magic. And with the deals, it's not magic. You know what it is? It's a lot of people on the Supwell app, which is my app, the best buy, sell, and trade marketplace out there. They have too many shoes, or they have a shoe that doesn't work for them, so they list it, and you, if you're looking for a new long run shoe or a race shoe, can get a solid deal. So make sure to check out the app. We also have the best hobby jogger community out there. That's one of the things that makes the marketplace so good. People aren't just out here trying to mark up shoes. Matter of fact, I have a rule that you're not allowed to mark up shoes over MSRP. So it brings in people who are looking to make connections, trade shoes with other people, and give and get good deals. So I believe in the product. I also believe if you join, you'll likely enjoy it. And I also hope you'll enjoy today's video. We're now in the phase of the year where we need to marinate the camera because you come out here with the humidity at 99% and it immediately fogs up. But I learned this trick last year, which was my second full summer of shoe tubing. You take the camera and you put it outside 15 minutes before you start filming, it acclimates. It's like heat acclimation for the videography equipment. It's humidity acclimation. So today, speaking of heat acclimation, which we should all start doing this summer, especially if we have a marathon training block coming up, we're talking about long run shoes. So my favorite and the best long run shoes, top 5. I did this list I do a bunch of lists similar to this, but I think the last time I did this exact list was a year and a half ago maybe. So someone recently commented because the shoes in that video were Nova Blast 4, Saucony Endorphin Pro 3, maybe we even had a Saucony Triumph there. Somebody commented and asked for an update, so we are due for an update. I'll go through the list. Reminder, if you do decide to pick any of these up, make sure to use the Running Warehouse link because that supports the channel and it helps me stay independent, which means I don't have to rely on brands for sending me shoes and I can test whatever you guys want me to test. All right, let's kickstart it here with an honorable mention. This is an honorable mention because it's $280. It's wildly expensive. Anything above $160 feels wildly expensive, and even a $160 shoe is expensive for some people. That's why I started the Supwell app, to give people the best deals out there. But this is a $280 race shoe. Very expensive and doesn't feel as fast as other shoes in the category. So if we compare it to Cloudboom Strike, if we compare it to Alphafly, it doesn't have the same bite, but my goodness, the comfort and the buttery smooth that thing is loud. Yeah, he just started cutting the grass, so. All right, this is a fail. See if we can do another take later. It's a big lawn over there, and he just started. See, I was trying to do this on Friday so I could get ahead and actually have a day off. Who cuts grass at 4 p.m. on a Friday? It's tough. All right, we're back outside. It's quiet. Tracksmith Elliott Racer. As I was saying, this is an expensive shoe, but it is buttery soft. I think we got a little too high here on the camera. Not high. Buttery soft ride. So if you're looking for something that's smooth, comfortable, you have a bigger budget to spend on a long run shoe, this is a really nice choice. Now, it can do some faster paces. For example, if you're training for a sub 3 marathon or a 3:30 marathon, you could throw some marathon pace in here and there. I was clipping off 6 flats in this. I think even 540s and 550s. It can do that. It's not going to give you as much aggression as other race shoes and maybe even some other speed training shoes that I'll highlight here, but if you want the supreme amount of comfort, this is beautiful. And I did do some 400 repeats at a 5 flat pace popping off the forefoot here, so it can do it as long as you can get past the gold stripe. This is a really nice option. So honorable mention, Tracksmith Elliott Racer. Now let's get into the protein of the list, whether that's tofu, chicken, beef, and we can go lowest in price to highest in price. And our lowest price shoe is actually $160, so it's not that low in price at all. Salomon Aero Go 3, and I've highlighted this shoe a bunch. A lot of these shoes on this list I've highlighted a bunch because I run a lot of miles. So the best 2-hour long run shoes are a lot of my favorite shoes in general. Now, $160, the best long run shoes are also going to be some of the more expensive ones, because in the more basic category, 140, 150 and below, those shoes aren't quite designed for as much long run capability. Now, of course, you can run 2 hours in a Ghost or even a Vomero, but these shoes 160 plus is where you really start getting purpose built performance for longer miles. So this is entry level into long run capability, $160. This is the best option. Really solid daily trainer, Salomon Aero Glide 3, also known as the Aero Goat. You get a thick stack of this beaded TPU foam, super energetic. It just disappears on foot, nice lightweight. There's nothing that's crazy about it. Yes, it does have some bounce as you get it going, but it's just a comfortable lightweight shoe. And some days, even if I'm doing recovery miles, it's nice to just not have as much bulk on foot. Even something like the Elliott Racer, that feels soft. That feels like a more cushioned marshmallow shoe. You're not gonna get that marshmallowy feel with this. It's not gonna feel like a big, heavy, bulky shoe. It's just an easy shoe to turn them over and clip off the miles. So the one flaw of this, I actually just identified it this week after about 100 miles in it, is I have the right side here and you can see it's worn down. On the left side, oh no, this is the left side. On the right side, I wore completely through the outsole. Some other people commented they did wear through the outsole at higher mileage, some didn't. So your mileage may vary. Also, Shoe Goo could fix that, and they do have a gravel version, which I'll be testing soon, which has a thicker outsole. But if that's not a huge concern for you, and for me it's not, I'm gonna continue stacking miles on this. One of the best shoes right now for going long, keep the weight low, and keep the mustard on the dog. Salomon Aero Glide 3. Next up here, jumping up in price to $180, we have the Saucony Endorphin Trainer, one of the most underrated shoes out right now. And contrary to popular belief, this is not just for heel striking. This is not just for clunking along. I think some people, because it has more stability in the back and the firmer foam on the bottom, think this is just a heel striker shoe. But I've actually talked to a decent chunk of people, maybe half a dozen to a dozen people across different paces, across different foot strikes, who really like it and who said, man, I'm glad you highlighted the shoe on your channel and have been pumping it up because everyone else is saying it's trash, and I tried it and I really enjoyed it. So what you're getting here is top layer of soft bouncy race foam, bottom layer of a firmer foam with a carbon fiber plate. So combines elements of race shoes with training shoes, more standard shoes with the standard foam on the bottom. One of the best uppers in the game. Reason I love this is it's just so easy to run. It's not forcing me to go fast, and when I'm going slower, I would take this for a relaxed long run, not a long run with marathon pace, unless your marathon pace is 3:45 to 4 hours and slower. Anyone getting down to that 3:30 range and faster, you're likely not going to want this shoe for marathon pace training. But what I love is that I can just go out and cruise. There's so much assistance in the stride with this top layer of Incrediron foam. And then the impact absorption is just great. So you get that stability in the heel, and you get that impact absorption from the firmer foam, and then you get that nice soft squish in the front. So a beautiful combination of soft and firm. The upper and step-in comfort is top tier. Maybe best, if not second best step-in comfort. This and the Vomero are top of the pile right now. So a really comfortable shoe that injects those elements of race day technology while keeping the spirit of a training shoe. Not an aggressive shoe at all. So don't go into this one thinking, hey, I'm gonna get this for ripping off marathon and threshold workouts, Jack Daniels style long run. No, this is the cruising long runs. Just getting out there and going. Nice 2 hours on Saturday morning, Sunday morning, bada boom, bada bang. Or if you're doing longer midweek runs and want something to take that burden off, this is also a great choice. And a recovery run champion, by the way. All right, another shoe at $180. Y'all ready for this? I know you're not gonna be surprised. Puma Mag Max. I'm gonna keep highlighting this thing until I don't even know. One of the best shoes of the past few years. My highest mileage training shoe of the past year and a half. Non-plated, thick stack of nitro here. Very similar in use case to the Endorphin Trainer, except for me, this is better for those middle zone miles, those zone 3 miles, getting out there, cruising. Any day where you want to slightly push the pace, but it's not a true workout, this is beautiful. So a lot of marathon long runs are gonna be like that. So for me, training for a sub 2:30 marathon, my average pace on a long run is usually gonna be, when I'm feeling good, anywhere from 6:20 to 6:50. As we start getting closer to that 2:30, it's gonna drop down to closer to 6 flat. But if I'm going out and just 20 miles targeting a 6:40, 6:50 pace, this is a really nice option. It is heavier than the Aeroglide, but it's also bouncier. It's one of those shoes where you have to get it going. You have to put something into it to get something back. But once you do, really beautiful ride experience. You get a lot of foam here, so the protection is unmatched, and because you don't have the plate, the comfort is really good too. So not a particularly soft shoe. If you want soft, that would be the Elliott Racer, or that would be the Endorphin Trainer. At least the top layer gives that soft feel, but very reliable, top-notch protection. And if you're out in the UK, one of my blokes, and you need grip, this is a really good choice. And then bonus, this is actually really good for overpronators as well. So if you need any prescriptive stability, this thing bangs up here with a dang near 60 millimeter sidewall to keep those feet and ankles locked into place. All right, moving up in price, $10. I sounded like an auctioneer there. $10, Hoka Mach X2 coming in with the Puma top layer nylon plate. I think that I transitioned from Texan auctioneer to imam there in the middle. So Hoka Mach X2, $190. You get the top layer of race foam, bottom layer of training foam. I just did a video on this today. It's Friday. I'm pre-recording this for tomorrow. This is one of the things I've been doing. I've been trying to do. One of the things I've been trying to do is Saturdays, right? Some Saturdays, do these lists. You guys request me to do these lists, so do a list on Friday, so that Saturday, I don't have to film, and I can spend it with the family. And then Sunday, I know I'm gonna do a 21 or 22 mile long run, and it's back to the grind. So one day off a week, once every 4 weeks, that's not bad. That's one day off every 30 days. That's a pretty good work rate right there. So Hoka Mach X2, if you watch the video that I did today or yesterday, this is an all-time great shoe. This is a classic. This is a banger. This is a cheat code. I love this thing. There are very few shoes that are better than this at what it does. And what I said in that video, it's a combination of a lot of the best shoes in the category, the best, most heralded, legendary speed training shoes. Saucony Endorphin Speed 3 and Adidas Boston 12. It's like you tick across of these. So difference between this and something like the Aeroglide or even the Puma Mag Max, this does feel more purpose-built for speed. So now this is where we start thinking about, okay, over $180, I'm getting more speed capability. These are the shoes that I can use for my marathon pace workouts. These are the shoes that I can use if I'm doing tempo runs, whether that's threshold or marathon pace. And I can also use this for interval training. So a true marathon training all-rounder, you could use this for any of your marathon training workouts, any workout on the calendar. I would even be comfortable doing 200s, hill sprints, 400-meter repeats because it has that bite off the forefoot. So if you're looking for fast bounce and also durability, you get a decent layer of rubber on the back, and because it's dual foam, you get this firmer foam on the bottom that should help it hold better in the heel. This is a really good choice. So my top pick for a marathon training shoe and a speed training shoe, this and the Boston 13 have been 1 and 2, but if you're thinking about long runs and high mileage and marathon training, this is my pick by far versus the Boston 13 for 2-hour long runs. The Boston is not a very cushioned shoe. They took that down in stack height. This one, it measures in dang near 10 millimeters higher in the back than the Boston 12. It is a very cushioned shoe. So if you're looking for cushioned protection that can go fast, this is the best pick on the market. Next up. Last up. Look at that. We knocked these out. We've been knocking them out quickly today. That's crazy. But last pick, $230. One of the best shoes for 2-hour long runs. And my pick for a race shoe for 2-hour long runs, Puma Deviate Nitro Elite 3. So this has been my pick for a while now. #1 on the Supwell Power Rankings for race shoes. #1 in Hobby Jogger Nation's heart when it comes to race day. And we're actually doing this Instagram post right now. I think it's gonna go up today on best replacements for some of those classic Saucony shoes, like the Endorphin Pro 3. And this was our pick. So what people loved about the Endorphin Pro 3 is not too soft, not too firm, nice rocker, good roll, some snap off the forefoot from the plate being in there. That's what this has, and the bounce is just incredible once it's broken in. So another shoe actually similar to the Mach X2 where it works well at a variety of paces. You could be running 830s, 9s, 10s, it'll feel good. And then you can also be running 530s, 520s in this. I've done everything in this from, I actually did a 12-mile run in it a few weeks ago where I was just struggling, 830 per mile pace. That's been a lot of my runs recently. My training hasn't been particularly productive or good. And then I've also done workouts in this just a few weeks before that, a tempo run at a 530 something pace. I think it was a 539 pace or a 541 pace for 8 miles. So a lot of range. It does have that balance, and once you're getting up to the midfoot and forefoot, it has this sticky pop to it. It's a really fun ride experience, but at the same time, it's not gonna punish you for running slower or running relaxed. And key thing here, unlike a lot of the current gen race shoes, Saucony Endorphin Elite 2, Hoka Cielo X1, Adidas Adios Pro 4, it's not a squishy marshmallow. It's not gonna bottom out. You're not gonna get any of the plate feel. It does have a decently sturdy and robust character to it that's gonna be supportive for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. A truly great shoe. So, the last few things on it, you get the, hey, I think he's bumming Missy today. Puma grip. Oh, he turned the music off for the... No, he didn't. Puma grip. Can't hit me with a copyright strike for that. Yeah, Puma grip, really good on the bottom here. This is gonna get you through those water stations on race day. It's gonna get you through any of those long runs where it's rainy. Really solid option. The other thing, $230, so that's $50 cheaper than the bonus shoe we highlighted, the Tracksmith Elliott Racer. And with this foam, the aliphatic TPU, highly durable. The rubber is highly durable, so that's one of the reasons I wanted to highlight it on this list. You can train in it, you can race in it, and it will get the job done, and it's not gonna feel fatigued once you show up on race day. Say you use this for 5 of your biggest long run workouts, and you're doing 16 to 20 mile long runs. Showing up with 80 miles on this is not gonna feel cooked on race day. You'll feel perfectly broken in, reliable, and still have that pop. My pair is up near that mark right now. It's been getting terrible with the mileage tracking, but I've put a decent number of miles on this, and it's still poppy. It's still peppy, up near 80 to 100 miles. So if you're gonna get this for a training block, put some big workouts on it, I would have no concerns showing up on race day with a century's worth of mileage on it. And that's what we do at Supwell. We run a century's worth of mileage every year. I don't know, man. All right, I think that's all I have for you today. 5 best long run shoes. Let me know what list you want to see next. I've been trying to knock out some of these lists. We do the high mileage testing during the week and then pop out with the list for some nice Saturday vibes, and then we'll get the long run video going tomorrow. I'm excited for the long run. I got to recover though, so I think it might actually take tomorrow off too. That'll be nice, huh? Take a day off from running after some high mileage. All right. That is truly all I have for you today. I am prioritizing my recovery. That's one of the things I'm prioritizing right now. All right, I'll be back tomorrow with another video. I appreciate you. Supwell app. Lawnmowers can't stop me. Climbing to the top like Rocky. Little lawnmower can't stop me. Dropping hits like my name, Big Papi.